Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Holy Redeemer Lady Royals basketball. Joining us is the head coach, Chris Parker, here on the show. Well, Chris, expectations are high, and nobody has the expectations as high as yourself and your team this year. Let's talk about this year's squad for the Lady Royals.
Well, you're right when you say the expectations are high, John. The girls gained a lot of confidence coming off of last year in the second round of states and losing to a very good Villa Maria Academy team only by 4 points. And then pretty much having our entire nucleus back this year. Like I said, we're way, way ahead of the game where we're at in the start of this season as opposed to where we were at last season. So the girls, are very, very high confidence-wise, expect to win a league championship, want to win a district championship for the first time in, quite a few years, and feel that they can get it done. So who am I to tell them that they can't?
Well, the competition this year is sure to be sharp in AAA for the ladies. And District 2, I think, really has an opportunity to make that run, and Holy Redeemer is one of those top teams that could do it. Scranton Prep up the line is good, and Honesdale will be good again. I think we're going to see some other teams that will push in Quad A if there's some matchups there this year. So let's first start with the young lady you have on the team, and her name happens to be Alexis Lewis. She's a heck of a young lady on and off the court.
Yes, she is, John. What a great kid. I'm very, very fortunate to have had the opportunity to coach this young lady. She's a wonderful kid. She's a kid that's a coach's dream. She works hard. She has a great work ethic. She does exactly what you tell her to do. She never makes any faces or rolls eyes. She just gets it done. She's a phenomenal talent on the basketball court. She's a scoring machine. She can just do things that other kids cannot do. She's currently right now averaging about 19 rebounds a game, which is pretty much unheard of for a guard or a center. But that's basically what she statistically is averaging right now. And, like I said, she's what makes our team go. She's the best player on the team. In my opinion, the best player in the entire area. And we'll go as Alexis goes.
And she's a girl who could do. She could score 40 a game. She could have a double-double. She could have a triple-double. She could do whatever the game kind of allows. She's that type of player, as you mentioned. She's just very dynamic and versatile. And I don't think she really gets caught up in hey, I scored 2 points this game, but we won by 13.
No, she doesn't, John. The first 2 games she missed a triple-double by 2 assists. First game she scored 16 points, had 18 rebounds and 8 assists and 5 steals. In the second game, I believe she finished with 16 points, 19 rebounds, and 8 assists. She's pretty much a guarantee for a double-double per outing. Like I said, she's just a wonderful kid, a wonderful talent, and in my opinion, not my opinion, it's a fact for me, probably the best player that I've ever seen, that I've had an opportunity to coach girl-wise in every team that we've played. So she's just a great talent.
And if you're keeping score at home, she is a junior. That is Alexis Lewis. You have some other talented young ladies on this team, and a lot of them have stepped up. And maybe nobody more. You and I have talked this year about Alana Wilson and the hard work that she has put in the offseason.
Yes, that's right, John. I can tell you this kid has put in a lot of work in the off season, which is extremely exciting to see as a coach. She's one of those kids that when I first seen her play, I knew that there was going to be something special about Alana Wilson. She was a kid that was always extremely confident in shooting the ball around the perimeter and kind of basically focused her game shooting the outside shot. But she's now added a new dimension to her game, which is taking the ball to the basket, which is going to make her extremely successful. She's currently right now leading us in scoring. She finished with 32 points her first game, and we lost a tough one against Prochak, where I believe she had 15 or 17 points in the third quarter alone after having a cold shooting outage in the first half. She's really worked hard. She's, again, like Alexis, Alana Wilson's a great kid. I always tell her I could see the young lady coaching one day. She knows the game of basketball. She knows the ins and outs of the game as a coach. He helps me a lot during practice in reference to saying, hey, Coach, what do you think about this or what do you think about that? So, again, it's just another wonderful kid who's worked extremely hard, and it's paying off.
Chris Parker here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. As we talk Holy Redeemer, Lady Royals basketball, they are AAA this year in District 2, coming off a 21-8 mark. Coach, as we move down the line with some of these other starters you have, let's talk about Alyssa Placo on this team.
Well, Alyssa Placo had a huge season last year, and I think a lot of that played part with our point guard, Lydia Lawson, who has a tendency to be able to break defenses down. Alyssa Placo, she's getting some looks from some Division III colleges. She's gotten more aggressive on the glass for us. Again, just another wonderful kid to coach. I just tell Alyssa if she can give us that, 10 to 15 points a game, it's going to really help our chances in where we go and where we're trying to go. I tell the girls, and I tell Alexis Lewis and Lydia Lawson and Alana Wilson, we have to get the ball down into our bigs, and Alyssa Placo is one of them.
Well, we move off to the point guard and a young lady who could do a great job, and Lydia Lawson. Tell us about her, the catalyst of the team. You call her in our basketball preview magazine, and sees the floor so well. She does a whole lot of things.
That's correct, John. I stand by saying that she is the catalyst for this team. I always tell Lydia, she's driving the car. She's got the keys to the vehicle. She's what makes us go. She's a true point guard. She's an extremely unselfish player, and you just don't see that nowadays with kids. So much of it is about scoring, and for this kid, she can care less about scoring. It is absolutely 100% about setting her teammates up, putting them in positions, and she thrives off of seeing the other girls score and getting them the ball. She loves making the nice pass rather than looking to score herself, although she has the ability to score. She can handle the ball tremendously, and the thing for us this year is, which I've already noticed out of our 3 games we've played, the teams that we've played haven't tried to take Alexis Lewis or Alana Wilson out of the game. They've actually tried to take the ball out of Lydia Lawson's hands. And I think that says a lot about the type of point guard she is. She's a very, very special kid.
Well, she'll need to be as special as she could be along with your other young ladies, because if your team's fortunate enough to make it past districts and into the state playoffs each and every year, it always seems to come down to tremendous ball handling. And if you have that, you have an opportunity in every round that you advance. Coach, a couple of more players to talk about are Rebecca Prochak and Sarah Flannery on this team for Holy Redeemer.
2 great young ladies. Extremely special. 2 young ladies that are only sophomores. I'll start with Rebecca Prochak. She's the biggest kid on our team, and she's probably the most physical kid on the team, maybe outside of Alexis Lewis. But she loves to rebound the basketball. She's still developing her game offensively. But again, she's only a sophomore. She's another kid that, as a coach, she's a coach's dream, because she doesn't blink an eye. She just does what you ask her to do, and she works extremely hard. She's the kid that's going to go in there. I call her the Dennis Rodman of our basketball team. She does all the dirty work, and she doesn't look to take credit for it. She gets on the floor, she bangs, she scraps. She does whatever she needs to do to get it done. She's extremely, extremely hard worker, and I expect a lot out of Rebecca. And again, we need to get her the ball in the post and work inside out in order for this team to be successful.
Coach, you have great players, there's no doubt, on the floor. Talk about some of the girls that may be taking that role on the bench right now where, they're practicing hard, they're working to try to make these girls get a little bit better, and trying to see if you could get more of these girls into the game and try to get that depth a little bit more as the year goes on, and see if some girls can earn some playing time.
Yeah, well, John, I can tell you the first kid that's been coming off the bench for us this year and is going to see a lot of minutes is Sarah Flannery. Excuse me. She transferred in from Wyoming area. Another great kid, just does what you ask her to do. She's a great defender. She moves her feet extremely well. She's basically basic, fundamental, solid kid who does not make a lot of mistakes and just does the little intangibles that are going to make you successful. Another young kid that we have who's young is Kayla Hans, who's only a sophomore, and also Megan Cordoni. And, it's tough, John, because the players that I have are young, and Rebecca Prochak, sophomore, Lydia Lawson, sophomore, Sarah Flanley, sophomore, Alexis Lewis Jr., Lana Wilson Jr. The only one we're basically losing this year that sees significant minutes is Alyssa Placo, and everyone is back. So it is tough for the other young kids to, explore to get a lot of minutes, but they will get their opportunity in some of our league games, and hopefully my job as a coach to get them the opportunity to learn and build their confidence. And I think that's important for the young kids is to build their confidence.
Chris Parker here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Expectations high, and of course, we're expecting great basketball this year. Coach, I know between now and, when the league starts and even during the league, you're going to have some good competition exhibition-wise, and always a great rivalry seems to be State College just every year has a very good team. You always seem to take on that team from the Lehigh Valley as well that's pretty loaded.
Absolutely. I don't think there's a team in this area that plays a tougher exhibition schedule than us. We picked up, we beat Northampton for the first time since I've been a coach at Holy Redeemer, which was a great win for us. And, obviously we just lost a close one against Wallenpaupack, who we had just picked up this year on our schedule. But State College, we are actually snowed out, and they just thumped us last year down at their place by about 35 points. So we were really, really looking forward to a little bit of revenge and getting an opportunity to play that game. We'll also run into Allentown Central Catholic, who we have yet to beat. And then we have Prep, which was just snowed out. So, like I said, we play an extremely tough exhibition schedule. Sometimes, because we've lost to some of those teams in the past, people kind of looked past us, that we weren't as good as we were, and they found out that we were actually the last team standing in the entire area in regards to playing high school basketball. So, the exhibition schedule is what's going to make us better, and hopefully this year we can beat some of those teams, and that's going to hopefully put us on the map and give us a little bit of respect.
Well, we definitely can't wait to check your team out this year, Coach, and look forward to seeing what Holy Redeemer could do. And, of course, I think we'll have a great representative out of District 2, whether it's AAA or Quad A this year, Double A. There's some good teams, and, of course, Old Forge and Single A. So I think it's going to be a very good year in basketball, and wish you well, and good luck in all your games this year. Coach Chris Parker here on the John Mendola Show.
Thanks a lot, John. I really appreciate it. It's going to be a war, buddy.